Well, thanks for tuning in to the Best of Texas Wrestling, and we hope to earn your support by showing you some things that we think are going to interest you and delight you. One thing I might point out, that if you are looking for muscles, we've got muscles galore in our show, because during the next hour, you're going to be seeing Tony Atlas, who was Mr. USA, a man who can bench press 500 pounds, pushing with just his arms. Now, I want to tell you that it takes tremendous arms to do that, but then Tony has arms that measure 22 inches. And we have superstar Billy Graham. And superstar Billy Graham has long boasted of his 22-inch arms, and as a matter of fact, in one physique contest, he won a prize for the best arms in America, and that is something that is to be desired by any bodybuilder. Then we have Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes, whom nobody ever accused of having a Mr. USA type physique, but whom everybody believes is the kind of a guy who sparks action and gives it to you. But then you'll be making up your mind about that before this hour is over, because superstar Billy Graham will be battling Dusty Rhodes, and that, believe me, is the sort of action that can make it the best of Texas wrestling anytime, anywhere. Well, up in the ring, we've got the makings of a match. We have one ring ahead of it, but don't let that worry you. We've got a ring right behind it, and here is Boyd Pierce.
This event for the Brass Knucks title, 2 out of 3 falls, 60-minute time limit. Introducing first, 270 pounds from Paradise Valley, Arizona, the challenger, superstar Billy Graham. And his opponent, wearing the title belt from Austin, Texas, the American Dream and Brass Knucks champion, Dusty Rhodes. Your referee, Bronco Luby. No disqualifications. Brass Knucks rules will prevail.
Well, Dusty Rhodes, not only Brass Knucks champion, but he's a man of all sports. And he is the man who brought a record tonight and had our sound man play it. And they were praising the Houston Oilers, and he was wearing Love You Blue on his chest. So that should tell you that Dusty Rhodes not only is a typical Texan, but he is ready for action whenever it comes, whether it's in football or whether it's in wrestling. But here, against superstar Billy Graham, you have the possibility of Graham upsetting Dusty Rhodes. Graham is one of the game's top stars. He has ruled the WWF as their champion. He defeated Bruno Sammartino, and he is, in this particular instance, trying to dethrone the Brass Knucks King. Dusty Rhodes squaring off there in a three-point stance, ready to fly at the superstar. Superstar is also a man of muscle and strength. He is a bodybuilder and has received accolades for the 22-inch arms which he possesses.
Come on, Dusty!
And superstar is taking advantage of the opening to drive in there at Dusty Rhodes. He looks for the spot and he finds it. You can see him driving the points of those fingers into the throat of Dusty Rhodes. But Rhodes here is not a man to try to knock out with a few small things. You'd better use your most massive effort, because he can take it and he can dish it out. He's the most difficult man to assess, because from his build in comparison with superstar Billy Graham, you'd say he hasn't got a chance. But with his fighting spirit, I want to tell you that that is the greatest asset that Dusty Rhodes has. Reverse chinlock as Dusty puts on the pressure. This is the night for two-ring action here at the Sam Houston Coliseum. It happens annually at the first show of the new year, and That's why you see all those extra ropes up in the ring. So Dusty in behind, and he starts to maneuver and menace the superstar, because Dusty himself is a superstar in many ways. The American Dream, people call him, and he has risen, as he says, from being a plumber's son to being known and accepted in every strata of American life as a great individual. Superstar's power, tearing those arms loose and making it difficult for Dusty to apply that reverse chin lock that he was applying. Now it's still a test of strength. The fingers are interlocked, and Superstar is making the most of his chance. Pressure is still on the hands. The twist and the bend at the wrist. Still a test of strength as they jockey for position. And Superstar's trying now to turn the tables on Dusty Rhodes to swing around. Dusty is trying to catch the Superstar in the same trap, and that is to pull those arms behind his back and to take control. 5 minutes have gone by in this, the first fall of a 2 out of 3 fall match, and racked up against the rope. The Superstar was smart enough to put Dusty Rhodes where he couldn't turn, couldn't twist, and that's why he was able to get out of that hold and to do something about it. The foot on the throat as Dusty Rhodes tries to turn his head in order to give him plenty of room to breathe. Plenty of room is a variable term, and Superstar, with the pressure on the rope, is getting all that force down on Dusty Rhodes. Dusty in trouble, and he's been there before, and he has fought his way out of trouble before. The Superstar using the pressure from the bottom to come up on he came up on him with tremendous pressure against the chin, and now he's using the same area to punish, because he knows that the more he punishes it, the better it's going to be for him. So the rope is used to garrot him. The Superstar with those power grips of his, and he's a powerful individual. Dusty in the ropes, and oh, wham, the bionic elbow. There is Dusty, and Dusty's on top. We've got a fall. We've got a fall as Dusty Rhodes.
6 minutes, 56 seconds, the champion, Dusty Rhodes.
He uses the bionic elbow to work over Superstar Billy Graham.
1 minute rest period in this brass knucks title match. 1 minute rest period.
30 seconds still to go in this rest period, but Dusty Rhodes wants a little bit of an edge here. He's already got it, but he is trying to get the jump on superstar Billy Graham.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second ball.
Superstar asking for time. There is no timeout. He wants more time. And the fans here are telling him no, and they are telling him in no uncertain terms. He's not getting any sympathy from these fans, I'll tell you that. And the efforts now of Dusty Rhodes is to clobber Billy Graham and to win this match in 2 straight falls. He's already got the start. That was into a chair. And Dusty pursues Billy Graham to the point where he can get that bionic elbow into use. Dusty now, as he recognizes that he could be counted out, races back to get back into the ring. We've got Superstar sprawled on the floor. We've got referee Bronco Lubitsch counting, an impatient Dusty Rhodes. He wants Superstar back in that ring, and we are watching Superstar. Fans are hollering something, and I can't quite make it out, but they are trying to warn Dusty that something has happened. He's got a rope. He has picked a rope up from underneath the ring. A rope. He could lasso a herd of steers. Right now he has lassoed a Texan and is trying to hog tie him. There are no disqualifications in this, the Brass Knucks title match. Dusty down, being choked by the multiple ropes that Billy Graham, the Superstar, has tied around him, and he means to make the most of it. He found the ring post and drove him in there. So the Muscle Man has taken extra assistance from a hank of rope, and there is Dusty Rhodes, and he is ready to get back in that ring, but he may not get the chance. Ring post did its job, and Dusty hit that thing and hit it hard, as he is now on the floor being counted and starts his way up toward the ring. You saw that foot. That's on the end of the powerful leg of Superstar Billy Graham. And oh, he came over there to lace into him. But Dusty has already been whammed into that ring post twice. He is bleeding from a cut above the eye, and Superstar that time tried to add to his misery, and it is now by pounding away at that cut. And Dusty Rhodes tries to shake off the effects of that, and he's getting his temper up. He's getting his fighting stance, and this is Dusty at his colorful best as he gets the word from these fans that they want him to get in there and let him have it. Dusty with a bionic elbow, and you've got to hit with it to make it effective. Here is Graham trying to set him up, and he's got him now in a bear hug. This is one of Graham's best holds. He's got him high enough, and he has got him strong enough to pour it to him. And the powerful arm, look at that arm on that Billy Graham, and you'll get some idea of what's happening to Dusty Rhodes as the strong man shortens up his grip, grabs up further on the wrist. He keeps that pressure against the chest with his own body, pulls him in tight, and Dusty is having problems. Dusty is likely to pass out right here. Dusty is likely to be pinned right here. And if the referee tests that arm of his and it is not, well, never mind that. That's a moot point. His arm is working and he does have control, and he is trying now to do something about it. Dusty gathering some power, some momentum, and some driving force to, oh, he got underneath him that time, and he did not get in what he had hoped would be a telling blow. Superstar Billy Graham putting the squeeze on Dusty Rhodes. Dusty bleeding from that cut over the eye, and the blood coming down on the Superstar as well as on the American Dream. And we could have a fall here if Superstar turns him over. He's got a good chance to do it, and Dusty is, whoops, I was going to say Dusty is out. Dusty is not yet out, not yet. And you cannot count this man out until you have plastered him and glued him to that canvas. And Superstar has not done that. And the noise coming from these fans is all for Dusty Rhodes, and all terrific. A smash, but he's still held. No, he's free now. This may make a difference in, whoa, what he does to Superstar Billy Graham. And Superstar looked for his opportunity. He may have him here. He's got him. The second fall, the equalizing fall, goes to
6 minutes, 36 seconds, the challenger, Superstar Graham.
So falls are even. We will have a third fall. We will be back for that fall after this word from the studio. Just as the bell rang, Superstar rushed Dusty Rhodes and clobbered him, but Dusty Rhodes is coming right back to give him some of his own medicine. Graham down. Dusty Rhodes trying to move in on him, and Graham just took a trailing bandage off of his wrist. It had come loose and was annoying him, and that's what he threw out of the ring. Dusty with his, well, he's not going to make the Houston Oilers that way. That's a cinch. So outside on the floor, Superstar Billy Graham pounds into Dusty Rhodes. Rhodes is doing the catching there on the floor. You can bet your boots on that. And the battle continues on the floor, and Dusty is determined he's going to keep him there, and the bell has sounded, and both men, I believe both men were counted out, but Billy Graham is trying to, both men counted out. Superstar does not get the belt. It is Dusty Rhodes' May
property.
I suggest that if you saw the physiques on Tony Atlas and Superstar Billy Graham on this program, that you take a hint. Go out and do the same. Do likewise. But take it easy. Start slowly. If you intend to lift 500 pounds, don't start with 498. You'd better get down there in those low scales. And remember that even Tony Atlas started when the bar was all that he was able to move, and when putting 10 pounds on each end meant a tremendous difference. But it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of hard work to get a physique like Tony Atlas or Superstar Billy Graham. And it takes a lot of work to get a physique like Dusty Rhodes. It's just different ways to get to the same goal. We're all individuals in wrestling. We are all individuals who have our own ways of training, our own way of looking at matches and at our opponents. So you're going to see this as this program unfolds and the series of the Best of Texas Wrestling takes place. But if you want to join them, better start now. Get out that old dusty barbell you've got under the bed and start doing something with it besides kicking it from one place to another. We'll be back again next week and have more action for you, and we will try to earn the right in your mind to truly be called the best of Texas wrestling.